picking up where we left off with the chain rule, I want to work two harder problems now. All right, so that involve using the chain rule with other rules. So let's take a look at this one. All right. Let's find the derivative of let's take a look at this one. Let's look at y is equal to, let's look at x squared times, and then in parentheses, 2x minus 5 to the third power. All right, so to find this derivative here, well, look what's going on here. You have x squared times this. So you're going to first need to use the product rule. All right, so to do this with the product rule, all right, you're going to take this is going to be, if it helps for the formula, right, this will be my f, and this will be my g, right? So recall the derivative with respect to x of f times g, right? It's f prime times g plus f times g prime. So notice that when I go to find the derivative of g, you're going to also need the chain rule. All right, so let's do this. dy dx. So take the derivative of x squared. So that becomes just 2x times 2x minus 5 to the third power. Plus, now leave f alone, so you have x squared times, and then in parentheses here. Okay, so now I need to chain rule this. All right, so bring down this is the inside part, and the 3 is the outside part. So bring the 3 down. Leave the inside alone. This becomes 3 minus 1 gets me 2. And then the derivative of the inside here, what is the derivative of the inside? The derivative of the inside is just 2. All right, so let's actually clean this up. Let's see what happens when I do. Okay, so this is 2x times 2x minus 5 cubed plus 3 times 2 gets me plus 6x squared times 2x minus 5 squared. Okay, so what could you factor out here? This is really cool when you factor this out. I could factor out a 2 and an x, and also I can factor out a 2x minus 5 squared. And when I do that, what am I left with? Here I'm still left with 2x minus 5. And then when I factor out, this is great. When I factor out a 2x from here, I'm left with, so plus, I'm left with 3x here. And then I factored out the 2x minus 5 squared. So this is equal now to 2x times 2x minus 5 squared. Now I have 2x plus 3x. This is cool. I have 5x minus 5. And now look, 5x minus 5. I could factor out another 5. And 5 times 2 gets me 10x times 2x minus 5 squared times x minus 1. So there's a lot of algebra in this one here. A lot of algebra. All right, let's try one now with the even more algebra. Okay, let's try a crazy one here that involves the quotient rule. All right, so let's find the derivative of this. All right, let's look at f of x is equal to, let's look at x divided by the square root of 2x plus 1. All right, so you could, bring this up as a negative exponent, but let's apply the quotient rule here, okay? All right, and so just recall, if you have the derivative with respect to x of f divided by g, okay? Just remember what this is. It's f prime times g minus f times g prime all over g squared. Okay, so f prime of x. So the derivative of x, that's my f here, is just 1 times the square root of 2x plus 1 minus, okay, now x, so the x stays. And you have to find the derivative of this. Okay, so sometimes it helps to see it like this. As 2x plus 1 to the 1/2 power. So you're going to need to use the chain rule, right? So bring down the 1/2. You have 2x plus 1. You have 1/2 minus 1. And then the derivative of the inside is just 2. All over 2x plus 1 to the 1/2 power squared. Okay. All right, a lot to clean up here. All right, this is gonna be a very algebraically intense problem. So here, 1 times this. Okay, this is just the square root of 2x plus 1 minus 1/2 times 2. Okay, those cancel out, and I'm just left with x times 2x plus 1 to the negative 1/2 power. Oof. 1/2 squared, that goes away. So I'm just left with 2x plus 1 down here. All right. We need to clean up the numerator here. So watch how I'm going to do this. I'm going to write this as the square root of 2x plus 1 over 1 minus x over the square root of 2x plus 1 all over 2x plus 1. So I'm going to get a common denominator here, right? So the common denominator here between 1 and the square root of 2x plus 1 is 2x plus 1. So when I the square root of 2x plus 1. When I multiply square root of 2x plus 1 here in both the numerator and denominator, I'm end up just left with 2x plus 1 all over the square root of 2x plus 1 minus x over the square root of 2x plus 1 all divided by 2x plus 1. So now 2x minus x, so this is just x plus 1 divided by the square root of 2x plus 1 divided by 2x plus 1. So you could do keep, change, flip, and you would see that this is just x plus 1 divided by 2x plus 1 times the square root of 2x plus 1. Well, this is to the 1 power, this is, it's the 1/2, so you would add them, the exponents, and you're left with x plus 1 divided by 2x plus 1 to the 3/2 power. Okay, so these were 2 harder problems, applying the first the product rule and then the quotient rule with a lot of algebra in this. And so, I wanted to break this video up now just so you could see 2 harder problems. And what I'm going to follow this up with in the next video, we're now going to start talking about the transcendental functions.